Hi, in this session we will be discussing about bio nanotechnology. So we will be discussing what is nanotechnology, what is bio nanotechnology, what are the different type of nanomaterials will be dealt with in the first session. So the nanoscale is a dimension range of approximately 1 to 100 nanometer. So a dimension range of 1 to 100 nanometer is known as nanoscale. But let us see what does this 1 to 100 nanometer really means. Suppose we are taking a look around us. If we are observing a hand using just our eyes, we can see that the skin looks flat. So, using a naked eye, we can focus to a range of 1 centimeter to 1 millimeter. So using a naked eye, we can focus to a range of 1 centimeter to 1 millimeter. Suppose we are using a magnifying glass. So under observing our hand using a magnifying glass, we can see that the skin actually doesn't look flat. It has cracks, folds and wrinkles in it. So using a magnifying glass, we can study fine structures which are less than 1 millimeter. So naked eye, we can see up to 1 centimeter to 1 millimeter. Using a magnifying glass, we can see less than a millimeter. Suppose we are observing a skin or cells under the microscope. We are working at a scale of micrometers, that is 1,000 of a millimeter, and it's usually referred to as the micro world. And usually cells, bacteria are measured in micrometer, and the electronic components of silicon chips are usually around 1 micrometer in size. So our bacteria and cells are in the range of micrometers. Now the nano world is much smaller than this bacteria or a single cell. A nanometer is a nanometer is 10 raised to minus 9, which is 1 by 1000 of a micrometer. And this nanometer is a scale which we are using to measure atoms and molecules. So suppose we are taking 10 hydrogen atoms which are laid side by side. It has a length of 7 nanometer, and a strand of DNA has a width of 2.5 nanometer, and a red blood cell is typically 7,000 nanometer wide. Coming to objects which are observable using our naked eye, a human hair is 50,000 to 1 lakh nanometer wide, whereas a single A4 sheet of paper has a thickness of 75,000 nanometer, and a pinhead is 1 million nanometer wide. So that is the range of nanometer. Now bio-nanotechnology is defined as the application of biology to nanotechnology. That is, we are using biological molecules in nanomaterials or in nanoscale devices or for production of nanoscale system. And biotechnology is the use of organism to make useful products typically achieved by genetically modified organism. So using biological molecules in nanotechnology is called as bio-nanotechnology, and these biological nanomaterials can be used as nanomaterial or for nanoscale devices or for synthesizing of nanoscale systems. And this field of nanotechnology is known as since last century. And the nanotechnology, the concept was presented by Nobel laureate Richard P. Feynman during his famous lecture in 1959. And nanotechnology produces various materials in the nanoscale, that is in a range of 1 to 100 nanometer. And nanoparticles are a wide class of materials that includes particulate substance which have one dimension less than 100 nanometer. And depending on the shape, these nanomaterial can be classified as 0 dimension, 1 dimension, 2 dimension or 3 dimension. Let us see what are these different dimensions. In 0 dimension, all the axes, that is x, y and z axis, are at nanoscale, whereas in 1 dimension, two of the dimension, that is x and y, are in nanoscale, and third one is not in nanoscale. Whereas in 2 dimension, one of the dimension is at nanoscale, whereas the other two are not in nanoscale. And in 3 dimension, all the 3 dimensions have a size of above 100 nanometer. So this is the classification of nanoparticles based on dimension. How many are, whether x, y and z are in nanoscale, then we call as 0 dimension nanomaterial. If 2 of the dimension are in nanoscale, we call them 1 dimension nanomaterial. And if one of the dimension is in nanoscale, we call it 2 dimension nanomaterial. And if all the coordinates are not in nanoscale or in a size above 100 nanometer, we call it 3 dimension nanoparticles. And the importance of these particles was realized when it was found that the size of a particle can influence its properties, different physical and chemical properties. For example, if gold particles were synthesized with different size, then these particles have different colors and properties with the variation in size and shape of the nanoparticles. So, as we all know, gold has a yellow color, but gold nanoparticles which have been synthesizing having various size and shape have different colors and properties, and this property can be utilized for bioimaging application. And due to this character, the field of nanotechnology has got immense interest of researchers in multidisciplinary field. So let's look at an example of gold. So all 3 diagrams, all 3 figures are showing gold nanoparticles of various shape and size. A is nanorods of 50 nanometer, and B is nano shell of 140 nanometer, and C is nano cage of 50 nanometer. And according to the difference in size and shape and ratio and shell thickness, the same material is showing different colors. So the color of solution changes due to variation in aspect ratio, nanoshell thickness, and also in the percentage of gold. And these alterations of any of these aspect ratio, shell thickness or percentage of gold can influence the absorption property of the nanoparticles. So these changes influences with the absorption property, and therefore different colors can be observed for the same material. And if you are taking a look at nanoparticles, usually a nanoparticle is composed of 3 layers. As such, the nanoparticles are not simple molecules. They are composed of 3 layers, and the 3 layers are the surface layer, the shell layer, and the core layer. The surface layer, shell layer, and the core layer. The surface layer has many different molecules, small molecules, metal ions, surfactants, and polymers. And this is the outermost layer, and the shell layer is chemically different material from the core, and the core, that is the central portion of a nanoparticle, and it is usually referred to the nanoparticle itself. So these are the 3 different layers of a nanoparticle: the surface layer, the shell layer, and the core. The core is the central portion, and this material is usually referred to as the nanoparticle. Now let's look at the different type of nanoparticles. So nanoparticles can be broadly divided into various categories depending on their origin, morphology, sizes, and chemical properties. So first categorization of nanoparticle is that they can be divided into inorganic and organic nanoparticles. And in inorganic nanoparticles, there are semiconductor nanoparticles like ZNO, zinc, ZNS, and CDS. And then under inorganic nanoparticle, second subdivision is metallic nanoparticle like AU, AG, AL, aluminium, and copper. And last one is inorganic nanoparticle. Third category is magnetic nanoparticle, which consists of cobalt, iron, and nickel. So these are the different categories of inorganic nanoparticles. These inorganic nanoparticles can be further divided into semiconductor nanoparticle, metallic nanoparticle, and magnetic nanoparticle. Next category is the organic nanoparticles, and this organic nanoparticle usually consists of carbon nanoparticles, and these include fullerenes, quantum dots, and carbon nanotubes. Now, next classification of nanoparticle is based on the origin of the nanoparticles, and based on origin they can be divided into 3, that is natural nanoparticles, incidental nanoparticle, and engineered nanoparticles. Natural nanoparticles are usually naturally occurring nanoparticles, and they have been existing since the beginning of Earth. An example of naturally occurring nanoparticles are volcanic dust, lunar dust, terrestrial dust storms, mineral composites, forest fire, etc. And incidental nanoparticles are usually generated by man-made industrial processes like petrol and diesel exhaust, coal combustion, welding, etc. And last category is the engineered nanoparticles, and these engineered nanoparticles can be again classified into 5 categories, that is carbon based nanoparticle, metal based nanoparticle, magnetic nanoparticles, dendrimers, and composite nanoparticles. Now let's see what are these different classes. So carbon based nanoparticles usually include fullerenes and fulleroles. That is, fullerene has C70 and fullerole has C60. And they also contain single-walled carbon nanotubes, multi-walled carbon nanotubes, and single-walled carbon nanohorns. Next category is metal based nanoparticles, These include metals like gold, silver, copper, iron-based nanomaterial. And in addition to that, there are different metal oxide nanoparticles such as TiO2, CuO2, FeO, ZnO, and they are used in agriculture and medicinal sciences. Third category is magnetic nanoparticles, and these can be utilized for manipulating using a magnetic field. And such particles commonly consist of cobalt, iron, nickel, and their compounds. And among the different magnetic nanoparticles, when ferrite particles, that is Fe2O3 particles, which is smaller than 128 nanoparticles are synthesized, they become super paramagnetic. Next category of nanoparticle is dendrimers. They are nano-sized polymers built from branch units. So these particles are built from branch units, and they are symmetrical around the core part, and they adopt a spherical three-dimensional structure. So they are made up of polymers which are having branch unit, and usually they are symmetrical around the core part and have a spherical three-dimensional structures. And fifth category is composite nanoparticles, and these are either combination of different nanoparticles or combination of nanoparticles with larger bulk type materials, and these include hybrids. So composite nanoparticle is a combination of different nanoparticles or nanoparticles combined with larger bulk like type materials, and they have, in addition, there are co-shell nanoparticles which are prepared using two or more materials. And these nanoparticles are available in different shapes such as spheres, tubes, rods, and prism. Thank you.